Definitely not the best look to start a Monday. We had they came in the dark of the night while we were sleeping, so especially for us here where we are. They came and they flushed us out while we were sleeping. Exactly what I've been telling you guys. They come when you expect it, when you're feeling super bullish, and they come and they take you down. So a lot to talk about today, guys. We've got CPI on Tuesday, volatile week coming. We got the FOMC on Wednesday. Then today, what I have for you, I've got Matic. We're talking SNX. We're talking Injective. There's a lot of stuff going on with these tokens. There's a lot of news around them and things like that. AVAX we're going to look at, and then I want to look at all of your tokens. And I've got this gold short that is finally playing out. I've got a couple left, still going. I'm still in this oil long, so I'm going to take you through that. So guys, we've got a lot to talk about today. Let's get right into it. And tell me honestly in the chats here, wrong answers only, who got flushed out last night? Because I got a few hidings. I hit a few stops. Some of my best entry trades survived, thankfully, so they're still cooking. The low leverage stuff, the spot stuff, all survived. It's beautiful. The high leverage stuff, they come for you when you least expect it. So let me know in the chats if you guys got hurt a little bit there. I definitely felt that move last night. It's horrible waking up and you see you've been stopped out and all these types of things. So let me know how you guys are feeling there. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, a couple of stops hit. Michelle hit some stops. Farah had no stops because she's trading spot. Well, smart. Yeah, we lost lots of gains last year. Edgar's got stopped out. Yeah, guys, this is bull market stuff. Bull market vibes. Don't be surprised when they come and do this. And they often send you and they hit you with this flash first. Then you think everything's okay and they come for you one more time. So this is what we're looking out for now today while we're watching this bleed out. We're looking for these potential double bottoms here and things like that. So let's get right into BTC quickly and just try and get our heads around what is happening now. So here is BTC currently on the 2 hour, and this is how I'm playing it currently. So I'm basing all my levels and my trades on these altcoins on where BTC is sitting now and what it's doing. So what am I looking at? Well, we're currently looking at this resistance zone right now, the 618. So this 42,500, you can see here, it's clearly now horizontal and trend resistance here for us for BTC. And levels I'm watching lower down. Well, the first area of interest is this 41,300 region. You can see I've got some horizontal tie in here. And then we've got this massive wick down at 40,000. I'm going to show you, it's quite interesting. It ties in with this liquidation area as well. So what I'm looking for potentially is ideally is a move to no deeper than this guy over here, around about 41,200. I would love that. I think that would be quite soft on some of these altcoins. Then a nice little push up. Then potentially that rejection at the 618 retest, and then the move higher. So that is my first prize that I'd like to see if we do get more downside. Obviously, things could reverse right now, and if we do start pushing up, what you need to watch out for, you can't get too excited until we break this 42,500 and we start getting some decent support here. Once we have support 42,500, then we start looking at next areas. By then the alt should be firing a little bit and they should be recovering nicely. But yeah, 42,500, big area now. We want support there. That is resistance for us. And what we see so often is when they come down and they come and test these wicks, and you feel the ultimate bear vibe when you're coming down there and you say, sell it all, I want to exit this whole thing, I hate crypto, I'm over with it, and then they reverse you. So just remember, if you start getting this double bottom playing out, it is potentially an opportunity for you guys to grab some good entries there. I see Luba's in the chats. Luba says she got wrecked on 10x. Yeah, I was trading couple on 10x and some of those stops hit, and again, it's a lesson again. 3x, 5x leverage, those are the ones. Excellent entries, then you'll be okay as well. And spot buys, well, again, you don't even know what's happened. I'm going to show you this bigger picture BTC chart, and nothing's really changed for you. So you guys are just chilling, drinking your tea. Us leverage traders are sweating, squeaking in our seats, getting stressed out, and you guys are just vibing. I mean, look at this. So this is BTC on the weekly. And yeah, a little retest of our 786. So that was our major resistance area previously. So now we've got a little pullback onto the 786. Looks like a decent bounce here on the weekly so far. But I have added a new area of interest for you guys. So this is now my next major area, and you can see I've created a poll here in the chat, so just fill it out for me. This region is 37,000, so you can see why I like this. I've got some nice weekly tie-ins here on these weekly candles. You can see this is a nice solid area, and I've got a 50-day MA in play for you at this 37,300 level. So this is my next major bounce zone. If the wheels start coming off on BTC, that is where I'm looking for some big longs here at 37,000. So let me know in the chats, in the poll there in the chats, what you guys are thinking. Is it 48k or is it 37? Was that enough of a flush, or do you think they want to send us some more? Luba says she's greedy. I think all of us leverage traders, we like to get a little bit greedy sometimes, and we got to keep our discipline. Luba, I am still in this gold short, so I'm going to show you guys about that one. I got a couple of shorts left. Unfortunately, I had to get rid of a couple, but we are still pushing down. Chaos says 37k. He's feeling a little bit bearish. Remember, guys, we do have two or 3 weeks left to guess the price of BTC at the end of the year. So now we're actually getting to crunch time. We're getting closer to the area. So just a reminder, click on the BTC tab, use any of these links, OKX, CoinW, BitGet, Bybit. There are links in the description if you don't have one. And by now, you probably know what to do. You go on, you click, you guess your price of BTC for the 1st of January. If you take 10 trades on any of these exchanges, then you stand a chance to win a full BTC. So have a full crack there. I see that the bears aren't really out at the moment, considering what's happened. I mean, there's 57k, 58, 60k from Barry. Jay Heron likes 56k. So the bulls are out strong here, even though we did have this flush out. So that is quite nice to see. Let's see how we are doing here on this poll in the chats. So far, we have 54% saying 37k. So 54% of you so far, a little bit bearish. So again, guys, this is always a good indicator. The more bearish you are, well, quite often they do the opposite. So let's just check the general sentiment out there. So keep firing that poll for me. Now, this was part of the pain we suffered last night. $350 million in liquidations over 12 hours. If you guys caught that live, I mean, it is quite a treat, even if you were getting hit, if it's your first one watching, and you can see how these alts react on those solid areas. So it always is a bit exciting, less exciting when you're the one getting burnt though. But 350 million in liquidations, pretty substantial. Yeah, guys got flushed out there properly, and a lot of profits given up. And again, another lesson: take profits, take profits, take profits. Craig always says it so nicely: take profits before someone else does. Here we are, BTC dominance. So again, this is our alt season indicator, and it ties in with the other alt season indicator. But dominance gave us this nice little rejection, 55% rejected for us, and we had that little move on the weekend. So it's exactly what we wanted. This little couple of percent rejection gave us this nice pump on these altcoins. We got a little bit euphoric, we got a little excited, and what did dominance do? It bounced on the 50-day MA. It started slowing down, and again, alt season for me, we need to lose this major weekly trend. So there could be some more upside here for dominance in the interim. So let's look out for something along these lines. If we do get a bounce now, look for dominance to push higher. Maybe we get a little double top here, and then things can start falling over. And then this could be our potential mega move that we want for these altcoins leading into the next couple of weeks. So all is not lost here. Things could still be very exciting, but maybe one more little flush on some of these altcoins. Okay, the first one I want to this is this altcoin index. So remember last week I was showing you this was at about 40, and it's slowly creeping over to our altcoin season, and maybe that's going to tie in with this big dominance on the weekly falling over. Okay, let's talk about some bullish things here. There is some news going on. I mean, with all this with all these things falling over, there is news on Matic, there is news on SNX. So SNX is something that we need to pay attention to. There was a vote recently, and they are looking, or they have confirmed, they're ending inflation on SNX. So now SNX is turning bullish based on this news. And you might have noticed, if you guys have a watch list, or you're following TradingView or whatever, you would have seen SNX has been behaving very differently to some of the other altcoins. So what I just want to show you on a bigger picture for SNX, especially for the low lev and spot buyers, we do have a target up here, 5.5 for SNX. So what I would suggest based on this daily for SNX is watch the support down at 4.17, 4.16. That's a nice 382 support. That is a nice daily candle, old resistance area as well. So you could get a nice support buy here on SNX if you are looking on a big weekly basis or daily basis. So 4.15 to 4.17 is a nice solid support zone. And we do have these horizontals. And my interim target here for SNX, all being well, is 5.5. That is my first region where I think it's really going to struggle. So let's see how we go. We have cracked a nice horizontal on SNX. And leverage trader guys or sniper type guys, you want to look for these type of entries on the 1 hour. You want to try and make sure you maximize and get quality entries here. And this is what I've put together for you for SNX. So quite a simple play. We're looking at this current rising trend. You can see we've got a nice rising trend here on the 1 hour. Potential buyers coming. We've got a 618. Okay, potential move I'm looking for into the 618 and then a push higher on trend. And again, very simple. If we're holding this trend, this move's just going to keep going, keep going, keep going. And eventually we do lose these trends. And what happens? We lose the trend. We can step out a little bit, let things play out, and then we look for our bounces on our next solid region. So right now, SNX is in an uptrend. No reason to be bearish about it. Look, a little pullback onto a 618 trend could offer a little buy here for some of the leverage traders. So that is something to watch. And something notable here, SNX, again, a lot of these tokens, look how it respected the 618 on this dump yesterday. So we had this mega dump, but look how quickly it was bought out. A little 618 retracement and a pump again. So here's 618 coming again, 4.41 for SNX on the 1 hour. Potential scalp move in play here for SNX. Okay, let's see some of the sentiment here in the chats. Christine was also spot trading, so she's good. She's relaxed. Leon, he says most profits disappeared into thin air. Guys, it's all about a balance. We've got to remember to take these profits. Anna wants some render. Yeah, there's a lot to look at. Rune was looking a bit bearish earlier. I see it has lost a trend. So 𝗕𝗵𝗴, we will try and get to Rune. Okay, the next hot topic, Injective. I'm sure Uncle Run has been talking about Injective on his show. For those of you watching, I'm sure he was talking about this thing. So a lot of interest in Injective, and you can see we are pushing potential all-time highs. This is Injective on the weekly. Again, just want to give you guys a nice picture as to where we are. You can see we've broken through this 21.5, nice weekly area. Now we're cracking this zone. So right now we're looking for the next push for Injective up to 25, and we've got all-time highs potentially brewing here for Injective around the corner. And it seems to be Injective season. We've had Soul season, we've had AVAX season, which is ripping. I'm going to talk to you about that now. Now Injective is waking up. Remember, it was so quiet for so long, and now Injective is starting to talk to us again. So Injective I like. Pullbacks down to 21.5, and then I've got this 382 here at 20 on the button here for Injective. So weekly vibes here. 20.1, 20.2, 21.4 to 21.5 for Injective. Zoomed in, little picture here for you guys so you can see what's going on. This is Injective on the 1 hour. Again, for the scalpers here who want a piece of this, this is pumping. Maybe you can grab some type of entry, and this is how you want to look to play it. So right now, Injective is rejected. Okay, double top, little fake out, and we can see a solid area down here coming down. So this one on the 1 hour is 20.5. So this is your possible low on the 1 hour, and a simple little support resistance buy for Injective. So if it does want to drift lower, we're going to look for buyers in this region down here. Horizontal 618 in play for us, 1 hour scalps. And we can also look at some kind of fib pool, and we can see our lower pool fib is sitting here. 21.9. Okay, so we do have a potential bounce zone here for Injective. So if it's going to still stay bullish, keep your eyes on this 21.9 and keep your eyes on this 20.5. This is on the 1 hour charts. This is for the DGen vibes out there. Mohammed says DYDX. This is, he wants buying opportunity. The DYDX for me is still a buy in this region. Obviously subject to the market just coming and killing us one more time, but I still like DYDX where it is. I'm going to show you guys that chart. Grant wants long-term entry. So Grant, yes, I showed you Injective on the weekly. So these are the best ways to look for your long-term entries. You want to look for long-term and solid fib pools. You want to look for solid weekly areas. And right now, Injective has broken through a major weekly area. So that is your support zone. So if you're looking for spot buys, based on this weekly, you can see this weekly region here, 21.8 down to 20.9 is a nice thick weekly band of potential support for you. So you could look at that one. Okay, the next one on my list is AVAX. So another ripper. And you can see I've got some big targets here for AVAX. This is AVAX on the weekly. So again, when we get these dumps, just pull out, look back, zoom out a little bit, look at these weeklies, get a feel for where we are in the bigger picture and what has actually happened. When you always zoomed in, you sometimes feel that the wreckage is so big. But when you zoom out and you see what's actually happened to AVAX, look how quickly it's recovered now after that pullback. So AVAX on the weekly, you can see what's happened here. It had a nice little 382 pullback on the weekend, which is a nice bullish pullback. Nothing wrong with that. And that was your support now. So 31.5 is your current AVAX support. My target for AVAX here, 51.7. So I think AVAX can make this and push this move here as long as we get some type of consolidation. And you see AVAX did that for us on the weekly here. We had this little flag forming down here at this 20 region. They took some time, couple of weeks, things settled. And wouldn't it be nice if we just get some kind of consolidation here for AVAX and then they just pop us higher into this 50 region. So 50 for me is still on track for AVAX. Key support to watch, 31.5. And we do have horizontal lower down, call it 29.5. So 31.5, 29.5. Those are key areas for me on the AVAX weekly. So this is for the spot guys out there. Let's take a look at AVAX zoomed in again. This is AVAX on the 1 hour, and I've got a nice little picture here for you guys. So there might be some trades brewing here on some of these altcoins. And again, you just watch these key support areas, these key horizontals, and then you start watching for these trend breaks. So AVAX, you can see I've got a really nice area here, little horizontal, 618 in play. Maybe they're going to drift us lower. This could be our first potential scalp buy for a possible move up to trend. Then we see what happens. And then we do have this next backup region here, 31.5 for AVAX. So the scalpers out there, the 1 hour traders, this is what you're looking at. Right now, no man's land for AVAX. So your option here is if it runs away from you, let it run away. First, get that support on that trend break. So let it break the trend, get some support. Otherwise, potential scalp vibes, you can start building a position here round about this 34 region. You can see if it's going to hold the 618, and then once it gets to trend, you can make your decision. Are you going to TP? Are you going to add to your position? And is AVAX going to get sent? So that is how I would play AVAX. So just to confirm here, 34 is your support, 31.5 is your support for AVAX. John doesn't like our music. John, bro, do you not like our music? John, let us know in the chat what music you prefer. This is mixed by David. I don't want to offend David. Yes, David, he's in the back here. John, come on, bro.
Not for everybody.
So John, let us know what you prefer. We're here to serve. We want everyone to be happy. So we're waiting for you, John, in the chats. Let us know. David's watching, and David's our DJ. He's our resident DJ. So he'll mix you something spicy there if you want. Niels likes it. Luba loves the music, guys. Again, we are happy to change the music every now and again, but the music is not going. The music is staying, but we're happy to change it. Okay, let's move on. AVAX ecosystem. This is something I wanted to show you guys. Trader Joe. So if you're bullish on AVAX and you're bullish on the AVAX ecosystem, one of the safest sort of proxy plays is to grab some DeFi or something like that in these ecosystems. And I quite like this Trader Joe. And you can see right now pushing into a weekly area. But I would say Trader Joe is something to hold for a bullish AVAX and a bullish market. And you can see why it's looking pretty hot here. We are at resistance. So again, we want a situation where we can just break up and form support here on this big weekly band. And that becomes such a nice base for us. And we can really start sending these tokens off these weekly support areas. So I quite like the look of this this Trader Joe, provided we can get some support in this region. So 0.68, that sort of area. We just want to see the support form. And then we can get some targets out here for Trader Joe. And I'm looking at about 1.58 as a potential upside here. So if this is your thing, there is a big move coming potentially on Trader Joe, and we have only just seen the beginning of these current moves. So just be patient, guys. There is, again, no rush. It will be a long journey up here. It's not going to go 129% in one day. Well, I don't think it will, but it could be the start of a great trade here for Trader Joe. So we just want to get some support up here, the 0.68 region, and then we can look again. Yeah. So again, yeah, Mark says overbought. Yes, you can track this weekly. You can see these weekly stocks, they're overbought. But again, sometimes these stocks can run at the top for a long period of time. They can run at the bottom for a long period of time. So just because a stock hits the top doesn't mean that's the be or an end all, and you might miss an opportunity or a pump or things like that. So that's why I'm saying here, let it get some support first. We can see we're at resistance. The weekly stock is at the top, right? So we need to break through this. We need to confirm some support, maybe some consolidation, and then that move is going to eventually take place. So I wouldn't discount a nice big Joe move there for us. Mortimus likes Trader Joe, I see. Okay, so there is Polygon news, guys. There are 2 reasons to be bullish on Matic this December. I'm going to talk to you guys about that shortly. Brad wants some metal, bro. Brad, I don't know if we can get some metal. Thomas did make me a metal song for our bull run, and yeah, we can maybe play that sometimes. I don't think we can play it permanently in the background though. Okay, let's look at Solana. Again, update for everyone who's in Sol. You know, you're obviously concerned now. We had this pullback, and what I want you guys to see is just zoom out again. Sol on the weekly, bigger picture stuff, and we can see here we are at a weekly area, weekly resistance. They weren't going to let us through here just very easily. When we get to these weekly areas, we know we're going to have a fight. There's always an argument at these big weekly areas. It's very rare that you're just going to blow through a major zone. So this is what happened with Sol now. So 75 is resistance. And again, same as Trader Joe, for example, we just want to see that break up. We want to get some support. And then we're going to knock off these targets. As time goes by, if the market remains bullish and we lose that dominance weekly trend, Sol, there's nothing's going to stop Sol. Sol's going to 140. As long as we've lost that dominance trend, these alts are going to start cooking like you have never seen. So we want to baby steps here. We want to get support here for Sol, first at 75, 76. And then there are big targets coming. So just a little blip in the radar here, but potential 80% move still coming for me on Sol. Leon likes SRM. I think that's an old Sol product as well. Well, I have Radium for you for the Sol ecosystem. So let's just dial into Sol quickly for the degen guys. This is Sol on the 8 hour. Well, not so much of a degen, but I was showing you guys this chart last week, and this is what we were looking for. We were looking at this resistance, waiting for this pop up, and we got that break, and they sent it to our weekly resistance band. The 75 was our target for Sol. We pinged this target, and now we are in our downtrend until we get to this rising trend. And this is our panic line, and you'll see it's the panic line for a lot of these altcoins. So we are still bullish. As long as we've got an uptrend, we are cooking. We are happy. The trend is moving up. There's nothing to be stressed about. It's when we start losing these trends that we need to start thinking about exiting, maybe adjusting our positions here and looking for entries lower down. But until we've lost these trends, we can't be too bearish on these altcoins. And you can see we were dealing with this just last week. This was Thursday, and Sol is higher than it was last Thursday in spite of a mega dump from these altcoins. So the market is bullish. Things are looking good, and nothing to panic about yet. So Sol, you just want to see what happens here at the trend, and then you do have your backup. We do have this downtrend in play here now. So let's see if Sol pushes up. What do we get? We get a rejection normally at trend and horizontal. Maybe they send us a little bit lower. If not, we break up, and this becomes a nice support base for us, and then we can send Sol a little bit higher. So again, easy ways to do this. You watch your nice horizontal supports for your potential aggressive buys, and if it's running away from you, you can always track the trend, wait for the trend break, and then you can send it. So normally quite a simple way to jump back into a position. And 𝗧𝗃 says, finally Radium. I think you were the guy always talking about Radium in the chat, so thanks for that. But we've got it now. We finally got it on our screens here. And Radium is what Trader Joe is to AVAX, is what Radium is to Solana. And just a little picture here for you on Radium. I'm going to show you this weekly shortly. There is some action here on Radium. What I would say, Radium support to watch 0.57, 0.47. So these are your hot zones for radium. Right now it's a tricky buy on the 4 hour. This is a pretty tricky one to play with. You do have this this rising wedge here, so I think be a little bit patient here with radium, but I like this 618 0.57, and I like this horizontal 0.47. Now take a look at this on the weekly. This is going to blow your mind. Running out of screen again. I mean, we forget what these tokens are capable of. So radium's looking very interesting to me. You can see there's a nice hot zone here for radium, 2.24. Hey, that's a mega area for me. And we do have this next zone up here. We can see where that wick is. Okay, on the weekly, 1.1. That's a region for me. Let's dial in. And we just want to crack. You can see there's a little cluster over here right now where it's struggling, and you can see why. Look at this. It's a little weekly region. Weekly band here. So obviously we're going to have a fight here with radium, but once it breaks up here, we're cooking. And then we got those bigger targets. So what I would suggest is try and snipe an entry here, lower down. Watch these areas carefully. Let's see how we go. Remember, the top of this wedge is now a resistance area. These wedges are sometimes bearish setups. So if you lose that wedge, we're going to drift down. So just be patient, and we could get a nice little radium move here at the 0.57. So I like the look of that one. Chaos says he's bullish on it. Chaos, what are you bullish on? Let us know. Have I missed the chat here? Let's see. Okay, let's do 𝗏𝗡. 2 reasons to be bullish on 𝗏𝗡. Let's see. What's going on here? 𝗏𝗡. Okay, so public demo of our next generation ZK product. That could be very bullish. And then they change the game for real world assets. They're bringing some RWAs to the world here. So is 𝗏𝗡 a potential buy? So I'm loving 𝗏𝗡. This is 𝗏𝗡 on the 12 hour. We had a nice trend break. We saw that last week. Okay, we had this nice little break. We've got a 618 here. They came back and tested it last night. And this, for me, is quite a hot zone for 𝗏𝗡. So I'd say we're getting a potential entry here at 0.81 coming in for 𝗏𝗡. And this, for me, is a retest of this trend. You can see we've got this rising trend as well. We started it down here. So there's a potential move in play for 𝗏𝗡. Maybe something you want to look at for December for a nice little move based on the news that's coming out, especially if there's a positive response. We also like 𝗏𝗡 on that ETH strength as well. So there could be a couple of reasons to play 𝗏𝗡. Guys, let me know in the chats if you are into 𝗏𝗡 and things like that. Let's see what you guys have to say about this. What areas do I like for 𝗏𝗡? If this area fails, okay, well, you can see very clearly here, this is the 200-week MA, 50-day MA, loving this area here. So 𝗏𝗡 0.77 is another hot zone, and it's probably actually going to tie in with the 786. Let's see. Bang. Okay, so hot zones for 𝗏𝗡 right now. Let's pull the 618 up. 𝗏𝗡 hot zone 1, 0.81. 𝗏𝗡 hot zone number 2, 0.77. At some point, this pullback stops. Okay, you want to make sure you grab the right area. If you are still bullish on these altcoins for the coming couple of weeks, this could be an entry for you on 𝗏𝗡. So 0.77, 0.81 are hot zones that I'd be watching for 𝗏𝗡 if I were you. And then lower down, 200-day MA and 618 at 0.68. So that is my old long spot for 𝗏𝗡 that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about it in this region over here. We never got it. So these are your key levels for 𝗏𝗡: 0.68, 0.77, 0.81. Dynaway says below 80 cents. Buy. I must say, I think 𝗏𝗡 could be a play here. Very slow, and I think it could give us something. So watch those areas carefully. Okay, let's see what else we got. We got an update on Phantom. So again, Phantom, bigger picture. For those of you trading Phantom, you can see now a lot of these tokens are looking like this. We're hitting weekly resistances, we got our rejections, and it seems to be a theme across the board here. So here's Phantom again, rejecting at a weekly, and it's come back, and it's so far so good. It's tested a 618, little 618 pullback for for Phantom, 618 pullback for Phantom down to 0.34. And all looking good now as support for me. So 0.34 is new support for Phantom. Let's dial in. And you can see what's going on. This trade is still active. Okay, we do have a 618 pull over here that you can see. So a little pullback. And what happens on these dumps, again, always identify your hot zones, your 618s, your nice horizontals. Identify those areas. So when you get those pullbacks, you know that we could get some action in those zones and you can clip off some buys. So if all goes well, we get this push down back to the 618, and then we get a little move up for Phantom. And again, very simple here. If we start losing this trend, we can jump out, and then we're anticipating that we're going down to our next horizontal. It's quite simple. So the next level, if we start losing this trend for Phantom, is back at this 0.286 support region. So that's what I would be watching. If we lose this 618 and trend, 0.28 is your next area of interest for Phantom. So right now we want it to hold 618, we want it to hold trend, we want it to hold some horizontal there, and then we should be good. Okay, let's see what else we got here. 𝗬𝗵𝗄. This thing's launched on 𝗦𝗵𝗂, and I think they dumped it. Let's see. Okay, no. So 𝗬𝗵𝗄's just launched on 𝗦𝗵𝗂. For those of you interested in meme coins, it's just launched on 𝗦𝗵𝗂. Let's see how it plays out. I've got a bag of 𝗬𝗵𝗄. I think this could be a potential play here. This could be a Peppy type play from a year or two ago. It could be a mad rush in the next couple of months. And looks like they are spending a lot of time on marketing and all sorts of things. So full disclosure, yeah, I have a bag of 𝗬𝗵𝗄, and I'm holding this for the long run. I'm not trying to make a quick 20% here. I'm holding it for a couple of months. It must either go to 0 or this thing must 5x. So we'll see how that plays on 𝗬𝗵𝗄. And then before we get into your charts, guys, I've got gold and oil that I'm still dealing with here. So let's see. Here's my gold. Current gold situation. These I've got a couple of gold shorts left. I only got 2, but they are still going now, so that's finally worked. I was under pressure there, and then I was longing these oils, and I was under so much pressure on oil. Fortunately, that has now turned around for me as well. So let's just take a look at gold and just understand where we are and what our targets are for gold. So we had that nice little gold squeeze, put all the sellers under pressure. But again, classic short squeeze here for gold. And remember, if everybody is shorting, if they need to close their positions when the market pushes higher, the only way to close it is by buying those positions back. And that's what created that short squeeze. And it was very short-lived. And gold's just shot straight back down. And I'm not going to say exactly as predicted, but exactly as predicted. And here we are sitting at 1975, which is my first sort of bounce region. So you can see we do have some horizontals here tying in for gold. Okay, nice little area here, 1975. We are moving into it. Next hot zone, 50-day MA. We know gold likes the 50-day MA as well. You can see we had a nice little reaction there. It also likes the 200-day MA. And then my hot zone down here, still 1930 to 1940 is my next hot zone. What I do want to see, I want to see this RSI start drifting lower. I want it to get lower before we start looking for longs. But again, if anyone is still short gold, we are now moving into a potential bounce area currently. So we're going to see how we go. And then remember, busy week this week. We got CPI, we got FOMC. So things can get super volatile on a lot of these areas. So just remember that. It could be quite a wild week. So Luba says, what is the gold target? Well, the gold target is this current area, 1975. Then we do have the 2 MAs that we know gold likes. So 200-day MAs at 1950, and then my main hot zone here is the 382 pool, the original 382 pool, which was down at 1935. Okay, let's take a look at oil. Guys, if you want to trade gold, oil, these type of things, silver, S&P, all these things, there's a link in the description, PrimeXBT. You can send your crypto to PrimeXBT and they convert it, and you can open positions on all of these things. That's how I do it. Very simple. And, I trade these things. We have a bit of fun trading them. They're quite slow movers. They're not as exciting as altcoins, but you can also sleep at night. unless you go full BGen on them. But yeah, generally quite a fun little trade. And here's oil tracking down. We're in the downtrend. You can see it's trying to reclaim this 200-week MA. So I've got a couple of oil longs left. If we lose this 200-week MA, I'm going to start cutting those. But what could potentially happen here for oil? Potential push up into this resistance band. Let's see what happens. The bulls are really going to jump in once we start breaking this trend and we reclaim this horizontal. So this is our next big zone here. We want to just smash this horizontal and trend, and then we know these bulls are going to jump back in. Oil's going to pump. It's the same story every time. Up, down, up, down. We're going to watch these RSIs. We're going to watch these key levels, and then we can get a nice little move out of oil. Okay, guys, let's fire up some of your charts. David's also got a setup for us, so we're going to sell David's DGen setup for some likes there. David, will you check our likes there in the background? What are we looking at there on the Zoom?
Yeah, let me check.
On YouTube, not the Zoom. Okay. Let us know how we are for likeage, guys. We're selling David's DGen setup for likes. Is there a token called Uncle Dylan? What's up, PJ Fox? Okay, guys, let's hit some of your charts here. Let's see what we got. The first one I can see, Casper. Okay, let's pull up Casper. Okay, let's go. Casper 4 iron. Where's Casper 4 hour? Not 4 hour. 4 iron. I was playing golf last Friday. That's what I'm talking about. Irons. Where's Simon when we need him? He's very quiet. This Cass short setup is still playing out. I didn't take this short because I'm long Cass. Feels like I'm going to get liquidated at some point. My liquidation level is around about this 11 region. So right now, the play here for Casper was a short down into this horizontal. So we are nearly at our target. So this is the target, 0.115. This is our potential target for Casper. If it does start running away, you can see exactly what's going on here. It's going to play out quite nicely if it starts moving. But the bulls, you're going to look for something like this. If it starts running away, you're going to get this rejection. You're going to see this horizontal. Okay. If it starts popping, you're going to get this rejection here. Reject. Look for this horizontal to come into play for your support. And then we're going to get that move higher. So if Casper starts moving, you know what the play is here. Look out for this rejection at 0.126. Then you want to find support. Then you can send this thing. Otherwise, Casper's tracking down. This is in a downtrend until proven otherwise. So my target here for Casper, 0.115. That is still in play. And for those of you that did take the short, well done. But I missed it, unfortunately. But again, learning curve here. Rising trend. What did we have? We lost the rising trend. We pushed up. We tested horizontal. We tested 618 and we tested the downtrend. There were 3 or 4 reasons here why Casper was going to reject after a pump up into that area. And you can see how it played out here quite nicely. So now let's just sit and wait. Let's see where it settles. If it jumps down here at 0.115, we are looking for longs. If it breaks through this trend, we are expecting this rejection here at 126, and then we can try and buy that support buy and get a nice little move there. Okay, let's go render. Cool. Okay. This looks interesting. Okay, so what did Render do? They dumped on us and they finally gave us the 618. This is why I say never say never. We saw Render floating around here, nothing happening. And what did they do? In the dead of the night, they came and they pinged the 618 on Render. Look at that. Horizontal 618. They hit it. Big buy up. Okay. We do have a trend break here. Not very convincing. This is, let's see what we got. Okay, it's a trend break nonetheless. Okay, what do we have ahead of us? We've got resistance. Okay, so you need to understand this is your resistance. You've got your range high here for Render, and we're not out of the woods yet. So what you want to see here is Render push up. You want to see this support here, 3.8. You want to see 3.8 start holding a support. So if we get this push, maybe we're going to get something like this for Render. That will be handy. So 3.8 is an area I'm interested in for Render. Next support region, you want to look under this 4-hour candle. You see we've got some horizontals here as well. You can see this orange line here, 3.7. Okay, so these are scalper support areas here, 3.8, 3.7. These are scalper support levels to watch. And then much bigger targets on render. Let's zoom out. There you can see our resistance band here at 4.1. And then we've got our 618.5. Okay, so there is some action here. Probably another 25% potentially if render turns bullish. But again, baby steps here. Watch your supports. 3.8, 3.7. Those are your scalper levels, your scalper support areas for render. Let's see what else we got here. Guys, throw some more. I know you guys have been dumping charts in here. I'm trying to scroll up to see. Okay, lots of requests here for Uni and Gala. Let's go. Uni, Gala, Pyth, Fetch. Okay, lots to talk about here. Okay, let's go. Uni. Okay, let's pull up a chart I've actually worked on. Oh, this looks good, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Okay, some big dumping, but we did get a nice horizontal cluster. So I just want to highlight this area for you on Uni. Okay, this is a support area of interest. 5.96. This area you can see they've really bought it up. Every time it's come down to this level on Uni, they've bought it up. Okay, very interesting here. 5.9. So let's use that as our guide. And then let's look for some fibs here. We're going to pull a fib from 21st of November. Let's pull it to the high. Let's see if we've got tie-in. Okay, we can see we've got a 618 there, so that's nice. Let's see where our 382 is sitting. Okay, a little bit high. Okay, so we've got this new magical 0.5 fib that never really plays out for me ever, but we've seen it recently. This 0.5 is coming into play. We've seen it on render, we've seen it on injective, and here's this 0.5 fib again. And look, interesting to note, if you are a Uni bull, these are your supports. 5.9, that's your support area. You lose that, you are coming back to this daily level. You can see this daily, big, thick daily region. Okay, you will get a reaction here, 5.7. Something's going to happen here at 5.7. And then your next backup zone, I'd say the 5.3 is your 50-day MA. So those are your key levels for Uni. Ideally, you just want to see this bounce and push up for a short-term move, even to 6.3. That could be something for you. Let's dial out. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, let me wipe this chart. Let's see if we've got a trend here. Okay, so that even looks nice on the weekly. Okay, let's pull a fib here. Let's look at some strong weekly fib pulls here. Remember, the bigger the time frame that you're pulling these fibs on, the stronger the areas are. So there's much more weight given. If you're pulling a fib from the 16th of October to the high, you know there's much more weight on it. It's a lot stronger, and look at that. Okay, so that Uni buying area where they were buying it up at, where was it? At 5.8, 5.7. Look at this, 382, perfection here. So they sent it up, they came back, they tested this 382. So that is a nice support base for you. And then very simple, if we get this dumpage, like if we get a hardcore sell-off here on some of these altcoins and you are a Uni fan, this is your next big area, 5.1. Okay, that's where you have those limit orders for the middle of the night where they come and get you. And you're going to have a limit order there, 5.1. There's the 200-day MA, 618 fib, weekly stuff going on there. So all around a nice area. But yeah, right now, first stop 5.8 for me on this weekly chart. Dave, what's the likeage, bro?
We are at 344.
344. Okay, we're selling David's setup for 500 likes.
Oof.
Get cracking. Guys, 500 likes. David's setup's coming. Unless they don't want it, then they're not going to like it. So we'll see how we go. Okay, let's see this poll. Guys, don't forget, there's a poll in the chats. I just want to gauge sentiment now. This poll is now 51% saying 48K next. 49% saying 37K is next. Okay, fire up those likes. I see. Okay, we're on 391, guys. Keep going, keep going, keep going. We're selling these setups. That's what we do. This is what we do. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, Atom, let's go. Okay, what did they give us? They gave us a fake out. Let's go daily. Okay, you don't want to lose these big daily levels. This is always a little bit frustrating. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, we've got a fib pool, low to the high. We've lost the 382. Okay, so we actually lost, it is notable. We've lost a big area here for Atom. Not a great look. Okay, nice big thick daily region, 10.2. Backed up by 382. You can see we had that original reaction on it. Okay, let's just zoom in here for you. Okay, so we had that original reaction on the 382. A nice strong bounce. They pulled back, very strong bounce on the 382, and then that dump last night, well, they didn't care, and they've sent this thing lower. So what I would suggest here, we either wait for Atom to reclaim this 382, or you want to wait for a little bit lower, just based on what I'm seeing here in front of me on the daily. So I like the 618, a little bit lower down. You can see horizontals as well. I like it 9.4. So let's see if we get this 9.4. That's a potential buy zone. 8.87, another nice hot zone here. We've got old 382, we've got horizontals, and we've got the 50-day MA. So that's quite a hot zone. 8.8, 9.4. Okay, 8.8, 9.4, nice pullback zones. Let's go Link and GRT. Hey guys, we're nearly there. We got 437 likes. Okay, 60 more likes and David's coming with his setup. Let's go GRT. Okay, let's see what have they done to us here. Okay, so this is what we were talking about earlier today. So on Sniper Club, I was giving scenarios. Guys, remember, Sniper Club, I drop these charts every single day in Sniper Club. I update charts. I give my thoughts. I give areas of interest, what I'm thinking. Today we dropped, 15 to 20 charts in Sniper Club. So guys, if you are interested, there is a link in the description for Sniper Club. We're sending out signals. We do live sessions 3-4 times a week. We're doing live trading sessions. We have beginner sessions. We have indicator sessions. We have degen leverage trading sessions that me and David do, where we're a little bit bad. We bad, bro. We degen on those days. Sometimes we take high trades.
Yeah, like that bot trade, man. Freaking 12,000%. No big deal.
Yeah, so sometimes it happens, so yeah, Sundays Dave and I do degen sessions. We do advanced leverage trading. We show you all sorts of tricks that we get up to with regards to leverage. So yeah, if you're interested in that type of thing, come hang with us. We have something for everybody. We got small cap gems, indicator stuff. We got OG Craig, Mama Sniper, Sheldon's obviously in there, Bruce is in there giving banging setups. It's all going on in there. And there is a Christmas offering at the moment, I believe. So have a look at the link in the description. Okay, GRT. Looking a bit sad, but again, we can't get too bearish on GRT until we actually lose this trend. So let's just look at the 4 hour. I just want to see the stock. Okay, so always interesting to note these 4 hour stocks. I like to watch the 4 hour stock. Nicely oversold. Again, doesn't mean now it's going to turn up immediately, but it's always a good sign when we see this 4 hour stock oversold and a potential candle going down. What it often tells me is that we're going to get one more flush or one more push down, and then we get the move. But for me, the move is close. Okay, the reversal for me feels a little bit closer than if this 4 hour was sitting higher. I do have an 8 hour stock as well, turning down in the bottom here. So looking like it might start turning up. So I think a little bit more patience. What I would suggest here on GRT, 786, you can see this. We've got this wick to test and the 786. So I would say 0.15 is a big area of interest for me. But we also have this trend here, 0.154. Okay, that's a nice region as well. So maybe a little push into this trend. But ultimately, the bulls want to see this trend broken, reclaimed, and then sent higher. So if we do lose this trend, okay, look for a reaction, look for the bounce, and then just be careful once it pumps up, because they might be planning something like that. Okay, so just be cautious. But for me, 4 hours heavily oversold, 8 hours turning oversold, and we may be getting some kind of reversal soon. You can see the 12 hours still coming down. So for me, this is saying a little bit more patience, maybe a little bit more downside here, but at some point we're going to get this. We're going to get this reversal. Leroy wants me to serve some rune, guys. 11 more likes. 11 more likes, and then we are there. Then we are there. Okay, let's serve up some rune. That was looking a little bit bearish earlier. Rune on a platter. A dish of rune. Let's get the right chart out for you. Okay, well, let's give you two pictures. I've got two rune charts here. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, nice. Very nice. Okay, so again, zoom out, big picture, rune on the weekly. Looks decent. Okay, we've looks like we're trying to hold our weekly level, 5.74. Okay, so not bad. You can see this is a big weekly area. We've pushed up. We've now retested it. Okay, so that doesn't look bad on that chart. Let's take a look at the 8 hour that I've got for you. And this is the part that was looking a little bit bearish to me. So this is rune on the 8 hour. And you can see now we've lost this trend. Okay, so a little bit bearish now. What I want to see this wick taken out. I want to see what type of reaction we get when we push back. I would say expect something to go on here. So if we do dip lower, if we do drop now for rune and it starts pumping higher, you can't get too bullish until we crack this old horizontal 5.96, that region. So if we get something like that, just remember this is potentially on the table now. We've lost a rising trend and they might be wanting to send us lower. I would say first bounce zone, again, if we do move this lower, look at around 5, this region here. Something to watch. We do have the 50-day MA pushing in here, 4.7. So that is another area. But right now, rune's lost a trend, looking to push lower. If it pushes up, exercise caution. Don't get too bullish too quickly. You need it to reclaim. You want to see it push up. You want to see it reclaim these supports and things like that before you get a little bit euphoric here. So right now, any green is going to be into resistance, and just be a little bit careful there if you are a bull on rune. And this is for this is the 8 hour stuff. Weekly stuff still looks okay on that bigger picture. Okay, 524 likes. You guys have earned the right to get David set up. What do we have? What do we got?
Let's do it. Do you see my screen?
Okay, I'm pulling it up. Okay, looking good. What is that?
Cool, guys. So I don't know if you remember, I think it was like a month and a half ago, I was talking about this setup on the show. It's 𝗬𝗥𝗖𝗘. So from where I made that original call, we're up 223%. But now on the shorter time frames, I've been watching this for a little while now. Took a fib from the bottom here to the top, 618. You can see that we tapped the 618 and we're holding this trend line. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch. And you can see that with all this blood going on, 𝗤 doesn't care. So I'm very bullish on this token. We've got some order blocks up here. And as long as we hold this trend line, 618, I am seeing some upside here. So our target's pretty huge. This is, a very good spot buy in my opinion. Can't go wrong with more spot, but on leverage, I would say, 3x. Don't need to get too crazy here. But even at 3x leverage, we're looking at 100% gain. So yeah, I've started a position here, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. And if we break this triangle, the upside target could actually be a lot bigger, especially if we revisit the high here. 60% move, not too bad. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So that's the one setup I got for you guys. And go ahead.
Is this a leverage trade? What is this one?
Yes, you can trade this one. You can leverage trade it on 𝗦𝗵𝒽. You pretty much leverage trade anything on 𝗦𝗶𝗂, but when are we gonna leverage trade 𝗬𝗵𝗄?
𝗦𝗶𝗂 is it's coming, right? It's definitely coming. 𝗦𝗶𝗂 seems like the DGen hub for sure.
It is, yeah. But no, this is good, in my opinion. And then you know, if you guys want like anybody that's like into spot, last one here before I gotta go. I gotta get on for that session there for Zoom. But I think 𝗬𝗃 is a really good buy. We are at a pretty big retracement. We're here at the 200-day or 50-day moving average, 786. We're pretty much there. Looks really nice, and the upside move is basically 170% potential. So we'll see. I think worst case scenario, 122%. But that's all I got, guys.
Looking good. Dave, enjoy the session.
Thank you.
Later, bro. Thanks, man. Link. Here we go. You asked for link. I'm serving you some link. 𝗬𝗶𝗄𝗎𝑤𝑠 says Bitcoin will crash again to 14K to 10K. That's a little bit bearish. Anna says BTC is falling. So let's just take a quick look at BTC before I talk you through link. Okay, so remember what we're watching. So we're tracking these levels here. Let's clear this up. Okay, so we're moving into our first area of interest here on BTC. Okay, a little horizontal. We're expecting something to happen here, 41,300. And again, lower down. Don't be surprised if they want to come take out this wick. Lower down, so 40,000, 40,100 does make sense. Okay, let's show you this Asian heat map as well. Let's just refresh this one. So you can see where they want to come and flush out longs and shorts and things like that. I often just use this this daily CoinGlass futures liquidation heat map, and it covers all the exchanges. So, and you can type in various tokens here, but I've gone with BTC, obviously. That's the one I'm watching, but they do have info for the others. And you can see this area over here, all the way down to about 40,000. They could quite easily come and liquidate. But what I'm looking at here is the shorts are way more overloaded than the longs at the moment. So for me, we're going to get a reversal. Well, I would assume, based on this information in front of me, we're going to get some kind of reversal, and they want to come and smash these shorts, which you can see these shorts are now more than the longs. Okay, so to me, it would make sense that they come back and they sort out this issue here and push us back to this 43K level. So let's see how that goes. But again, they might just want to fake you out. They might want to just fake you out lower down first, put the fear into you, and then reverse the price. So that happens quite often. Now, let's look at Link. So Link has lost a rising trend. So this is something to note. And we've had this nice trend. This was formed, when was this? Middle of November. We had this rising trend. It gave us our squeeze and everything. And what happened in the middle of the dump? 50-day MA, 200-week MA, another hot zone gets pinged for Link. Okay, nice strong bounce here. And right now, you can see it's trying to hold this horizontal tied in with the 786. So 14.7 is an area of interest. But now this is where things get tricky, because Link is now effectively bearish. Okay, so any green on Link now, we need to exercise a lot of caution. If Link pushes up into this region here, we've got a horizontal, we've got 618, we've got two trends. Okay, so for me, this is telling me any green here is potentially going to offer up more downside for potential bears out there. And you saw that on the cash trade that I showed you. It had a very similar look to it. It had two trends, it had the horizontals, and it had a 618. So right now, strength on Link, you want to exercise caution. Any move into 15.1 to 15.2 is a resistance area for Link. It gets way more fun and way more exciting when it breaks back into this range, holds the horizontal, and then starts going. Okay, so resistance zone, big resistance zone here, 15.1 to 15.2. Let it break higher, let it get support. If you want to be bullish, confirm that support, and then it can go higher. But right now, potentially looking a little bit bearish here. Okay, let's go Pyth. Make sure we have the right chart. 𝗨𝗏𝗃𝗖𝗄. Oh, that wasn't it. Regular Pyth. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, Pyth traders, let's see. That wick came and stopped me out last night. Very kind of them to come and take me out there. Very sweet. Okay, there's a lot of fibs going on here. Let's just clean this up a little bit. Okay, so what you want to look out for, your main support area, you want to just make sure your main support is holding, and you can see that's done its job. Okay, so remember, the main support's got to do its work, and we've tested this before. Okay, hold nicely. This is an area of interest now, 0.39. So this is your first line of support. Then we know we've got another big hitter here. Look how they bought this up here at the 786. So 0.35. Look how they bought it up last time. So 0.35 is your next hot zone on Pyth. And then again, very simple play here. Track your trend. Okay, this trend could be heading down for ages. You can see what they've done before. Okay, you can look for aggressive buys on good horizontals. So you can look for aggressive buys here. That might give you your move. Then your next step, potential rejection or a pump. Okay, and then your next aggressive buy down here, potential move, same story, could get that move. Or you could get that rejection. So that is the best way to play it, I would suggest. Hot zones, 0.39, 0.34. Okay, let's see what we got here. Litecoin, let's go. Litecoin 12-hour, what have we got here? 50-day MA, okay, nice little move. It's been a bit messy, this Litecoin, wow. Hasn't been doing much. Okay, so 50-day MA, nice little reaction there, 50-day MA for Litecoin. We do have a trend that you can track. Okay, we do have this trend, track this rising trend. Horizontals. Okay, you've got horizontal 50-day MA support for you, 70, 71 to 72. That's your horizontal 50-day MA support, not the worst. You can work with that. Lose that trend, and we start really drifting. We're looking at 67, and then you're looking at 60. Okay, so we don't really want to lose this. And here's Uncle Run.
Are we taking trades? What's the indicator say?
The indicator has told us to wait till tomorrow. We've got to let things settle.
Basically said chill.
Chill for now.
I mean, is someone taking the special offer on the indicator?
No, they haven't.
That's crazy.
Here's our indicator.
Yeah? Special offer.
It's coming. We'll give you guys an indicator setup tomorrow. There's no indicator setup today. We just need to let things settle on that for a bit. Okay, guys, that was good. Always stressful when the market dumps like that. Always you shit yourself. It's like part of the process. If you've been through a bull run before, you know this is what they do. This is the games you play. If you haven't been through a bull run before, be shocked, but understand this is the process now. This for the next few months. If this market's bullish, they're going to carry on doing this to you. So big entries are good entries. Get your best entries possible. Lower leverage, the better. 3x, 5x, always a winner. If you're using high leverage, take your profits. Good areas, bank profits, and like Craig says all the time, otherwise someone else is going to take your profits. So take it before they do. And again, small positions, big moves. We're in a bull market. It's a marathon here, not a sprint. So just take it easy, guys, and make sure this leverage stuff is one of the smallest parts of your strategy. Okay, you got your regular spot stuff, your margin stuff, you got your NFTs, you got your DeFi, you got your staking, leverage trading, small percentage of your strategy for crypto for this bull run, and it's going to serve you well. But remember, you've got to take these profits, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully the things start reversing. We're going to get some banging setups, and yeah, we'll catch you guys later.